Okay. Go ahead, Pratap.
How I told you about myself. How about all of you? You are in good health, everyone.
I'm doing fine. I think the rest are all doing fine too, but they all can speak for
Very
themselves.
good.
Go ahead,
Thanks.
guys.
Thanks, Baba.
Betty,
Now,
Diana, and
today
anybody who.
I was just wondering as to searching for something to be presented today, and I am told that people in US, they are very very good in reading. They have practically read all the books on Baba, and there is nothing to be told to them. But then, when we discuss certain aspects of Mir Baba's nature, personal nature, then concerning all the incidents which come to our mind, we take together, and that creates a lot of interest, and that is received also nicely. I have a one letter, family letter. As you know, that money used to send family letters, and it came to my hand, and the contents are very beautiful. I am not going to read the whole letter because it is a long letter. The letter is dated 26th January 1969. Mind well, just 26th January 1969. That is about a week before Baba dropped his body. There is a beautiful incident which she has reported here, and the person concerned is from US only. And I'm going to read that letter. It's a beautiful letter and beautiful. Now, there is no question about Mani's writing. She writes so beautiful every time. I remember that when Baba had paid visit to Sadhu Vaswani, and then there was little correspondence, a couple of letters from here and there. That time, Mani had written to them, to uh, Sadhu Vaswani. It was read there, and Sadhu Vaswani had said that this is the English. What beautifully she writes, and as against that, he said that we are just murdering the language. We cannot write so beautiful. So Mani's writing is always beautiful. Now she is reporting one incident. I am just going to read it, and I hope you will enjoy. This last I quote from a letter to Baba received last month from a man in USA, a complete stranger to us till now, who addressed the cover of the letter so incorrectly that it's a marvel it reached us. He must have written a very wrong address because that person is completely new in Baba's fold. So he must have not written even the address correctly. And that is why she said that it is a marvel that letter could reach us. Further, she says, as the letter was personal, I omit his name, but I feel sure he will understand my wanting to share its heartwarming contents with the rest of the Baba family. I am repeating it, but I feel sure he will understand my wanting to share its heartwarming contents with the rest of the Baba family. Beginning his letter to Baba with, this is the beginning of his letter. What he writes is, excuse my ignorance. I do not know how to address you properly. He writes on. I am sure that you know about me, and that what I will tell you is not new for you. But a beautiful writing. I am sure that you know about me, and that what I will tell you is not new for you. After much reflection and hesitation, I have decided to communicate first with you, since from what you will read, since from what you will read, you will see. From what you will read, you will see. I have some justification. I have been in USA since 1967. I was born in Bulgaria, where for 23 years I experienced all the horrors and difficulties that people have who are characterized as enemies of the state. What a cruelty. Even that this writing, we feel that cruelty. Where for 23 years I experienced all the horrors and difficulties that people have who are characterized as enemies of the state. In addition, I was accused of having taken part in sabotage. Later, it was proved that I was innocent, but that did not ease my situation. But that did not ease my situation. I first quite tangibly observed help from invisible helpers. I repeat, I first quite tangibly observed help from invisible helpers when escaping. When escaping, they conducted me together with my wife across the frontier in daytime at 2:30 on a bright sunny day through wire entanglements among mines and heavily armed guards. See the escape he is describing about himself. I experienced all the horrors and difficulties that people have who are characterized as enemies of the state. In addition, I was accused of having taken part in sabotage. Later, it was proved that I was innocent, but that did not ease my situation. I first quite tangibly observed help from invisible helpers when escaping. They conducted me together with my wife across the frontier in daytime at 2:30 on a bright sunny day through wire entanglements among mines and heavily armed guards. When I arrived in US, I began to work. But on July 19, I fell down the stairs and my spinal column was injured and my left arm atrophied. Atrophied. What does mean? I do not exactly understand. Atrophied. I was immediately operated. 2 months later, my wife underwent a very complicated operation for a tumor. Medical care here may be the finest in the world, but at the same time, it is terribly expensive. A few days ago, I was told that I would soon have to undergo the same operation again. This was truly a great trial for me. Then, unexpectedly, there occurred what is actually the subject of this letter. He beautifully writes, then unexpectedly, there occurred what is actually the subject of this letter. I don't know whether to call it a miracle or a vision. And if I had not been fully conscious, I would not have believed it myself. During the night of November 26, 27, during the night of November 26, 27, I was awakened by a strange noise. The next moment, the room was filled with a blinding light. The room was filled with a blinding light, in the center of which I saw a completely normal human figure, which pronounced in pure Bulgarian. Now that figure is saying in Bulgarian language, which pronounced in pure Bulgarian, do not fear. Do you recognize me? I'm just, it's a beautiful portion. I will reread it. A few days ago, I was told that I would soon have to undergo the same operation again. This was truly a great trial for me. Then, unexpectedly, there occurred what is actually the subject of this letter. I don't know whether to call it a miracle or a vision. And if I had not been fully conscious, I would not have believed it myself. During the night of November 26, 27, I was awakened by a strange noise. The next moment, the room was filled with blinding light, in the center of which I saw a completely normal human figure, which pronounced in pure Bulgarian, do not fear. Do you recognize me? Yes, I answered mechanically. Yes, I answered mechanically. You are Meher Baba. I must confess that I had known nothing about the bearer of that name, although it is true that about 4 months ago, I merely heard it pronounced without any other details. What led me to answer immediately thus, I can still not understand. The human figure with a kind glance and meek words continued, believe firmly. Believe firmly, I shall help you. It became dark again. I heard the same strange noise, which also awakened my wife. She found me in a state of feverish excitement, which lasted 2 days, like a frenzy and trance. All this impels me to seek a means to get in touch with you. All this impels me to seek a means to get in touch with you. I now already believe deeply that you will help me. I will joyfully wait to receive your instructions. My greatest hope is, it's a beautiful, he writes beautifully. My greatest hope is, if I can, to be this service to you. If I can, to be this service to you. Yours sincerely.
What is the name?
No, name is not given. That is the
Ah,
problem.
okay.
In the beginning itself, Mani had said that I avoided to tell the name. What she writes here, I feel sure. Yes, the letter was personal. I omit his name,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
but I feel sure he will understand my wanting to share its heartwarming contents with the rest of the Baba family.
Oh, beautiful.
So
What?
she has not disclosed the name, but the story is a beautiful story.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's and finally, and so another lover is born. That is what Mani writes. And so another lover is born from the womb of suffering into a life of his love. In replying to his letter, Adi conveyed this from beloved Baba. This is Adi is writing to him on behalf of Baba. Meher Baba wants you to know that your sufferings have brought you to me, brought you to him. Meher Baba wants you to know that your sufferings have brought you to him. He says that he has been with you in your dark hours. What a wonderful. He has been you in your dark hours and will continue to be with you and help you if you hold firmly to him. I thought I will share this letter with you. It's a what can we say about this letter? It's a beautiful incident.
Very touching. Very touching.
Very touching, and we can understand the ways of God man.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
How he reaches the people.
Mm.
And how he stands behind the people, how he helps the people. He has his own ways.
So true.
Wonderful letter. It brings tears in our eyes. Black. It's so very emotional.
Yeah.
After we do not know what has happened thereafter, but I'm sure now
Yeah.
this brings the subject of undergoing suffering. Now look at that person's situation. He was in Bulgaria and more or less as a prisoner, and he could escape from there with invisible help. That is what he says. And he was dropped in US
Yeah.
in the afternoon. Really, wonderful. And
Yeah.
when we read such incidents, they are so very touching, I tell you. And
So,
nowadays,
Pratap ji,
बोलिए.
which
Yes,
year
please.
which year was the letter written? 1967?
That is 1969.
Oh, 69. Okay.
Yes, on 26th of January 1969.
No, that's when Mani replied. So
Yes,
the letter
yes,
from him also came around the same time, right?
same time. This
Okay.
Mehlazad 26 January 1969.
Okay. Okay.
And
Great. Thank
Baba dropped his body in 31st January.
Okay. Because Rosalie was asking about it. Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. This is a little. You may be having the copy of the letter. Please go through it again. It's very
Yes.
touching letter. I am so very impressed by this letter, and just it is creating so much of emotions in your heart.
Very true. So
The
true.
the ways Baba used to reach the people,
Mm. Yeah.
nobody knows, and there may be thousands of incidents, thousands of examples like this.
Definitely. Because in my
Hmm.
life, I think I've taken, I take everything for granted. But there is his hand everywhere. Yeah.
And I tell you, when we say, when we say that miracles do not happen, Baba says, I do not perform any miracle. We have to believe in that. When Baba says that I do not perform any miracle, if any miracle happens, it is a news to me. That is what Baba has said. But the very personality, very his presence on this earth, that itself creates miracle, does miracles. Those who are in difficulties, there is a helping hand, invisible helping hand. And when certain miracles are reported like that, when certain miracles are reported like that, we cannot say they are wrong. We cannot say they are wrong because that is the personal experience of that person. Now, this person is the way he writes is so very genuinely he's writing, very honestly he's writing whatever he has experienced. And then we don't have business to doubt.
Right. And I think people reported seeing this light, the blinding light. Uh,
What a wonderful.
it's so fortunate. Yeah. Yeah.
I I thought I would share this later because there were certain other subjects in my mind. But then I was just reading yesterday. I was digging out the very old records of Pune Center, and a couple of files I had brought home just to have a quiet time to study. And I found this. There are other some few incidents also report therein, but this is very touching, very touching. And Mani says this is one addition in the family of Baba lovers.
Yeah. That's
Now, a little about we will when Baba had dropped his body, There are incidents in US also. People got that click. Something has happened. But in India also, I tell you, my wife's sister, she was in Lonavala. And exactly at that time, she saw Baba's face in the clouds. Very clearly, Baba's face in the clouds. And that was the time Baba had dropped his body. So at different places, he must have appeared in different ways.
Yep.
So, we are not, I mean, just, we are too ignorant to question or raise questions about these things. And during new life, now let us consider it the other way. During new life, Baba had taken the role of a ordinary seeker, and the people along with Baba were his companions. There was no relation of master disciple. That relation was abandoned, and Baba was simple seeker. Only one condition was there, that whatever order he gives, they should carry out immediately. There was no option for this. When I had met Baba in the month of, must have been in the month of January 1951, because December 25th we had a program with Baba. Our Pune people, Poona Bhajan Mandali, had their first program, first performance before Baba. And it was on the occasion of Mera's birthday. Mera's birthday is not on 25th, but that was the occasion. And Baba had said that now in our group, there was one singer by name Ramchandra Gaikwad. He was from Hyderabad. He was from Bolaram. A very good singer. He used to sing Ramayana, rendition of Ramayana he used to do, and people used to sit late hours after taking food and everything. They will gather together, then all the whole people sit in the ground, and he will sing. That used to be done, and that person had joined Pune group, and he had lot of songs on different saintly personalities. He had lot of songs on Kabir, a lot of songs on this Tulsidas, Surdas, then other poets. There were quite many poets. He had a good stock of all these bhajans. And when Baba had said, then one after the other we kept on singing, and there were some songs on Mira, and Baba said that I have heard lot of songs on Mira and other saintly persons, but I would like to have song of Radha. Whether anybody of you have it, and we will taken by surprise that all of a sudden Baba has asked for a song on Radha. Luckily, that person, Ramchandra Gaikwad, he had one song. एक दिन राधा रानी से रूठ गए गिरधारी Radha Mana Mana Karhari, a beautiful song. Then when the song was started, just the what you call the main two lines were sung. Baba asked for the dholak. We were using dholak ram. We call the person one who was playing dholak. We would call him dholak ram. So Baba asked for the dholak. He put it on his lap and started playing with us. He played about 5-7 minutes, then gave it back, and he asked for the cymbals. And such a like a very expert person, he played the cymbals. I was holding that cymbal, then he gave it back to me. So this song, Radha song was sung there, and the whole atmosphere was just charged with Baba's love, charged with Baba's love. So when I thereafter I was called all alone to Mahabaleshwar, where I went there and I was with Baba for about must have been 2 hours, because 11 o'clock I received 10:30 or so I received food, and thereafter I was taken to Baba, and thereafter 1 o'clock we came out. So Baba was referring to different subjects. He had asked me whether you smoke, whether you drink, whether you do this, whether you have relations with girls and all that. And I am them that my answer was negative. And he had asked so many things about my personal education, personal hobbies, the games which I played, whether I play cricket, whether I'm a bowler or a batsman, whether I am opener or what order I hit. All these options Baba was asking me. And what point I was just bringing to you is that during this new life, then Baba had said to me all that Baba had listed all these bad habits, and therefore he said that abstain from all these things, not because there is a sin in it, but because Baba does not like it. And here now the question comes, and this is I am telling you as your elder brother. My God, I was taken back, because throughout my sitting with Baba, I was imagining, because I was very much attached to my father. I lost my father at very early age, and I was too much attached with that. I was feeling that as if I'm sitting with my father. And here Baba says that I'm telling you as your elder brother. When I came back to Pune, I asked Baba, when I reported to my senior, one by name Rangole, he was before his death, he was a trustee of Mir Baba Trust. He had said, Baba has called himself to be brother, elder brother. That was very natural, because Baba was in new life. And he used to call himself to be elder brother of all the companions. That was the answer which he had gave, clarification which he gave me, and I was very much satisfied with that. But then my point is that having adopted that role of seeker, there was no question of Baba performing any miracle, or Baba turning a key. Just mind well, turning a key. Baba used to call whenever any difficult thing is to be accomplished. Baba would say, I will turn the key. And in new life, even the things which appeared very much impossible, they became possible. How it was Baba using his powers? No, no. If that that key is to be turned, it will get automatically turned. All that happening will automatically happen. That was Baba's new life. Even though he has set aside all his powers, Avatar Baba said that I don't use my power, I don't use my bliss, I only use my knowledge. All power, all knowledge, all bliss we call. So only knowledge I use. But in this case, in new life also, miraculous things used to happen. How that happened? How that happened? Because automatically gets all that used to happen automatically. One example I will just give you. When Baba and Mandali had reached Dehradun, they were sitting in the waiting room, and this Kumar, Shatru Kumar had come, and Baba asked him whether you can make food for us. There was 20 people with Baba, 4 ladies and 16 gents. And of course, the local people, maybe a couple of people may be there. For these people, whether you will bring food, and he said yes. And he brings food. And when Baba is serving, I still foresee that scenery. Whenever Baba used to see with that big deck in front of him and putting his spoon and serving the people, we had experienced that. We have received that sort of serving from Mer Baba. It was no economy in doing that. And this Shatru Kumar, he was very much worried, thinking that this food may fall short because there are so many people. The gents had taken, but that's when the food was carried to the ladies, only little food was left, and he was worrying that how this food will be sufficient for the ladies. But then when that deck was brought, what he has observed is that only a short portion, corner portion was exhausted. Still then there was a food in that. And Baba had given expression to this. Baba had said that these angels, archangels or angels, they are always looking for to help me. And the time they get a chance, they'll fulfill the need. And perhaps whatever miraculous happenings have been there in your life, is it because of this fact? So this is what
Beautiful stories, Pratapji. Actually, do you remember in New Life,
yes,
once Baba gives a small change to everybody, small, a few annas, paisa, and Alaba goes to in a bus, and he ends up near a stadium where a hockey match was being played.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
hockey match, yes.
it's a beautiful story. And
Beautiful.
then he simply says, Baba, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. He cannot get in, and he prays sincerely, and then suddenly there'll be an announcement that those who don't have tickets can come in. Yeah, it's a,
Yes, yes, yes. Alava had himself narrated this whole story.
yeah, yeah,
These God's ways are different.
yeah.
We cannot even imagine of that. Even
That's
imagine of that. Hmm.
yeah,
And this is Avatar.
yeah.
In human body, he is doing all these things.
And today is one of the special days for a lot of people in the West because Jesus was crucified uh, on
Oh
this day.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So thanks for reminding me that.
yeah,
Yes, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
yeah. And
But I really, a question comes to my mind. What type of suffering they have taken upon themselves?
yeah,
Once it so happened that we had one film on Jesus Christ, on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. But that film starts uh, from the master giving, giving discipleship to Jesus, and there's the followers follow Jesus Christ, and then it ends with that crucifixion. That time we were sitting in our Pune center, and the atmosphere had become so very emotional. Everybody was weeping. Everybody was weeping. And one of our, we are, mind well, we are observing silence on 10th of July. We were observing silence on 10th of July, but these these tears were flowing through everybody's eyes. And abruptly, one of our brothers, he simply shouted in agony and started weeping. What what for all these things? They take all these sufferings on their own body. Baba said that Jesus has crucified once, but I am being crucified every moment. And it was literally true. It was literally true. I don't want to compare because they are only one personality. Avatar is only one personality in different avatars, different avataric advents. They have their own way of taking the suffering of the people. So look at now. Take for example Meher Baba. Meher Baba had a good family. His father's earning was enough to maintain the family. What business he had to put himself into that suffering for humanity. Usually, one will feel what business this man had to put himself into that. This this Satara accident, what horrible accident. We have seen that agony on Baba's face, and in spite of that, this is another thing. In spite of that, he will go and meet with these people. 1962 East West Gathering. 1965 Darshan program. In 1965, it was reported that Erach and Barucha and Dr. Gover, they are requesting Baba, why you insist for going before the people and giving the darshan? You are not able to even stand or even able to sit for long. And why for you just want to go there and sit? Our people are very much considerate. In fact, they won't feel anything bad about it if you don't go. No. No. Out of his love for the people, he has sacrificed his comforts. It is reported that all the people are gathered this in this 65 darshan program. People have gathered there, and one side this Erach is there, one side Barucha is there, and Baba tries to stand, and his legs shake so very. He is not able to stand even. He again sits. Again, Erach is requesting Baba, why you are so much obstinate for giving a darshan? People won't feel your health is not good. No. Second time he again stood. Again he had to sit, and third time he got up like an emperor. He went into the pandal. And believe me, today, this may be the case with every center. All Baba lovers should take note of this. When Baba sits for darshan, he will never get up from that seat. He used to sit the whole day, except for passing urine and all that. Except for that, he will be continuously giving darshan. In the year 1956, Baba had given darshan, public darshan in Pune from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening. Baba was sitting on one seat only, distributing prasad. And we sit in the center 10 times. We get up for no reason. In fact, I can understand person gets, especially the old person like me. We feel like going for urinal and all that. That is all right. Nature's call it all right. But it's not that reason. For any reason, they will get up, and if there is these machines which are always put on their ears, that has spoiled the whole atmosphere even. And 10 times they will get up and go away, and then again come back, and they are not only diverting themselves, but they are diverting the attention of other people also. What right they have got when people are listening to any singing or any lecture? They should sit quietly.
Yeah, minds have become more restless.
See, when this TV had come into have become popular in Bombay. In Bombay, there used to be a very particular programs, very interesting programs, exactly at the time of when the center is running, evening time. In Mumbai, our center used to be in the evening from 6 to 7:30. And that time only there will be some good program on the TV. And very few people were sitting in this in the hall. And or one of the senior members, he would say, this this TV has bought TB.
TB.
This TV has bought TB to our center. Chalo, I
Yeah.
very much happy.
So
After
how?
a very long time.
So Pratapji, one question. I'm
Yes,
sure.
please.
Please, everybody, feel free to ask him.
Yes,
But
please.
we heard about your daughter Jyoti ji. How is she doing now?
She is right in front of me.
Oh, she's
Jo-
helping you. Oh, nice, nice,
She is taking
nice.
me. She had a very light stroke of
Okay.
paralysis,
Wow.
very light
Wow.
stroke.
Beautiful.
And now her one hand is still, I mean, not in a normal condition,
Oh,
but
nice.
she is all right that way.
Yeah, I think some physical therapy, physiotherapy will help to bring
That
it back.
that is going on. That is
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
That's going on. Yes,
Jai
yes.
Baba Jyoti ji, sorry for learning about
Jyoti,
this. Yeah,
they are saying Jai Baba to you. Just
yeah.
show your face, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba
Jai
ji,
Just
Baba.
Jai Baba.
bend out little, bend
Yeah.
out.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
Yeah.
Nice to
Jai
see you
Baba.
again. Nice to see you again.
Jai Baba.
And get better, Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Yeah. So,
Now,
anybody has any questions like Betty, Diana, Ralph, and Rosalie? Anybody? Everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Jill. I feel that Baba guided me to listen to you this morning, Pratap. I went to an Episcopalian girls' school, and I have always dreaded Good Friday. And right now, someone I love in my family very much is in the hospital. And so I'm having trouble getting through the day. But as you talk, and I pray to Baba, but as you talk, this thought keeps coming. So I have a question. It seems to me that Baba was always suffering, but when you were with him, people with him would not want to have long faces and always be weeping and sorrowful because of his suffering. And so why, when Jesus is suffering on Friday, Christians go around with long faces and weeping and everything is very dour? And that would not be pleasing to Baba, it seems to me, that he would want Christians to keep their spirits up, even on a very sad day with the suffering, to help him with his work. What do you think?
Prakash,
So the question, I think, Jill, I hope I understood the question correctly, but she's I think the question is about when you were with Baba and you saw Baba suffering, right? Because you could
yes,
observe that. But
yes,
Baba asked all of you, everybody around, to be very happy, not feel sad about it.
that is true.
But
That is true.
but she says when
Yes.
these days when Christians gather on Good Friday and know
Uh,
that Jesus was crucified, they all feel very down because of what happened, and they feel not happy. I mean, unlike Baba asks us to be happy, and here people feel unhappy because what happened. So she says that, uh, doesn't Jesus feel unhappy about all the people feeling bad? Yeah, I think. Yeah,
See, we are all human beings.
right.
We are all human beings. Now, whenever our dear they undergo such a suffering, I told you. I told you then, when that film was being shown, everybody was in tears, because it is so very natural. After all, Baba said, be happy. Not only that, but what Baba had said is, to shed tears is an insult to love. To weep is an insult to love. I tell you, in the year 1954, now it's a beautiful point she has taken up. In the year 1954, Baba had given final declaration, that 3/4 of the world will be destroyed. And he said about himself that he will suffer a cruel death. And everybody started crying. We were quite new then. And we started commenting on the people. Why these mad people, why they are crying? They don't know that crying is an insult to love? Is it a love? That we wise people were saying so. But I tell you, I was among them to criticize this crying, weeping. Once it so happened, thereafter I was very much set in Baba's group, Pune Center's group. And then what happened once is that after a quite long time, Baba had come to Pune. And he was so very frail, so very weak, pale. And he was sitting on a chair. It was in the open. It was in the open. I don't remember now whether it was Guruprasad or whether it was Botanical Garden. But I still have that picture in my mind, that Baba is sitting there and people are in the queue. And as soon as I went before Baba, I started weeping. And Baba said, I, who was criticizing then, the people who were weeping when Baba declared that he will suffer a violent death, they started weeping. And I used to criticize them. And then same person, when he is seeing Baba in that condition, he starts weeping. And Baba looks at me and then says, why you are weeping? And I just said to Baba, your health is so very bad. You are not in good health. I cannot tolerate this. So this is the thing. I do not know whether she got the answer. We are human beings. We are bound to behave like a human being. That is why I said, no, in spite of the moan, in spite of the silence, that boy shouted out and started crying, looking Jesus carrying to the cross.
Yeah, beautiful. So touching. Yeah, I think to be natural. Yeah.
Yeah, to be natural. To be natural. There are incidents when Baba has made some of the women to weep because of the death in their family. That one woman was not weeping at all, and Baba said, make her weep, make her weep. Baba is telling the other ladies, make her weep.
So thanks,
Yes,
Jill, for asking that question and
yes, yes,
getting this
yes.
beautiful answer from
I'm very
Pratap ji. Yeah,
thank you.
Great, Baba.
I do
Good
not know
answer.
whether she is satisfied with the answer, but then this is what it is.
yeah, beautiful. Good. So any other questions, anybody? So otherwise, Pratap
Pratap,
ji.
Now,
Pratap,
Prakash, I
Pratap.
just want to ask you one thing.
Uh-huh.
Last time I had told Ganesh
Okay.
to ask whether alternate Friday will do for you people.
Yeah, that's great. We will do it every other Saturday, every other
Uh,
Friday. Yes, yes, that's fine.
it will be all right, no?
I think so. I mean, it should be.
Thank
But Jonathan has a question. You know
yes, please.
Jonathan? Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
Baba.
Jonathan.
I
I
recently,
the person is I am putting me into difficulty when I heard his name. He's asking a question. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
I was wondering, after the New Life, Bob did the Mononash period, and
Yes.
then few days on February 6th, after he concluded the Mononash, he issued the first life circular and it was titled Mononash, and he talked about his freedom and that he was now fully leaving the old and the new life. And I was wondering if you can recall in your experience what it was, what you and others perceived of the impact of that message when it came out in February 6th of 1952 and began what was the life period that extended to the end of his life 71 circulars later.
So that
We are very ignorant about the ways of the avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And many a times, when people have some doubts about what Baba is doing, and Baba says, I know what I am doing. You think I am mad? So any action on Meher Baba, even he's dealing with us, individually with us, supposing whatever sufferings he gives us, we should never raise any question.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole process of Baba's new life, and Baba has stated about that new life, it will live by itself.
Mm-hmm.
That is what Baba has declared. And thereafter he had taken up all those three phases of life. And that during that he met with an accident in US. We are just unable to understand these things. We cannot even imagine about this. I'm very happy to see you after a very long time.
Been a long time.
I'm really very happy, very happy. Very happy.
I was wondering
My
too.
God, the other, you will not believe, but the other day I was taking out the old pictures. We had gone to that garden. You were leading us through that garden. So many, about 10, 12 people were there. And we sat there and took pictures. I was. Oh my God! It's nice to see your face. In fact, I'm very happy to see you.
and there is Rosalie next to Jonathan. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Just on another personal note, I haven't been in touch. How is Digambar Gadikar?
Digambar Gadikar is all right. He doesn't move out. He is at home. Yeah, he is at home. He is not doesn't move out.
I need to communicate with him. So I can communicate well, communicate with him.
Yes, yes. Now I remember. I just told my two grandchildren are there in US. I told him that you go to Marymount sometime whenever you get a chance.
Very
Go
good,
to
very good.
Marymount. I remember you were
Your
there
visit,
in
yes.
Marymount, and I
Yes.
visited Marymount. You are right.
Well,
I'm right.
yes, yes. Well, and also your visit to the center with your son and so many visits. It's good that everything still is in the moment, so it just comes right back.
Yes. Hmm. Very
Baba.
nice time. Very nice time. After all that backlog has been filled up now. That absence caused because of the absence, or that backlog has been filled up now. We are so very happy to.
Likewise.
Now,
Jai
Yeah.
Mel.
sweet. Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
So thanks, Pratapji, and maybe this time uh, we can bypass Aarti and all, but next week onwards we'll continue,
Yes.
listening to Aarti from you.
Yes.
At this time, what can we say? Thank you very much.
Oh no.
Jai
Well,
Baba.
does every other
Yes.
week begin next week or the?
Yeah, the next week there will not be a talk, but the week after. So every other week. I mean, maybe
Yes, please.
Angela will fix a particular time, first and third,
Yes.
Fridays, something like that. So we'll get to know that from Angela.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
Baba. Thanks, Baba.
Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai.
Star Meher
Avtar Meher
Baba ki jai.
Baba ki jai. Avtar Meher
Star
Baba
Meher
ki
Baba ki jai.
jai.
Thanks, everybody. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Josh.
Beautiful. Yeah. So we'll stop recording.